better when you spawned a zombie. It's not as insane now. Yeah, it's like it would have been cool if you had the old shard. That's really it, because that was the point of the Echo Saber Undying. It would line up with a pretty quick shard by 15, and then you farm ancients with your tombstone, you chase heroes down, you slow them down initially with your 2 hits, you get 2 free zombies out, and then you just chase them down under that flesh golem aura. So that's where it used to be spicy. It's still all right here, but honestly, now it feels like you're back to just being this really fast aura builder on the offlane. I don't think you go back into any of those old shenanigans with Echo Saber.
Yeah, look, I'm pretty sure it's just going to be the aura build-up. That's very, very obvious, it feels like. But you never know. I mean, like I said, TSM, they might be trying to have a bit of fun here. This is the last series for them in Division 1. At least for 2 or 3, that is. Obviously, there's no chance of them getting relegated. They are still trying to fight for a major spot here. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're just maybe looking to have a bit of fun here if they can. But we'll see how it does go. Game 1 is now officially underway. It's like SKG were able to resolve those issues that they were having. So we are going to have an immediate smoke naturally by SKG, but it's just to try and get in position for some wards. So they may run right into TSM. TSM are grouped up as 5 heading towards the bottom side of the map. Wards down already. SKG, do they want to go for the fight? The smoke is broken. Ari is going to be frontlining for his team already as they do pop the curse. Ari being slowed up here. The skewer connecting as well. A big blood grenade though, landing on 3 targets. And now Whitemon, so much damage being dealt by the Auto Titan. A double kill. Oh, they literally stacked up for his Astral Spirit. He just had a double damage rune, basically.
Yeah, I mean, he has more than the double damage. I believe he had like plus 86 or something coming out there. So even better for Whitemon. Nice kill. It's coming out. SKG. Really interesting that they forced that. Because, I mean, they have a line. They have some stuns, but it's not like amazing presence. You have to respect that level 1 of TSM. You deal with decay when you're clumped up. The HP goes down drastically. And you're dealing with a bloody Elder Titan. He just loves this kind of gameplay, so not going to contest too much more. Ducho's still hanging around here.
I mean, Ducho not able to take the bounty rune away from Whitemon. Whitemon just fast hands will be able to get it. Start off with the mid lane as per usual, of course. We do have Bryle here on the Lone Druid against Lund on the Ember Spirit. We already kind of talked about this matchup a little bit during the draft phase, but it feels like it's a pretty annoying matchup for the Ember. I think any melee hero in the mid lane against Lone Druid solo is going to be pretty tough as the levels go up, of course. Maybe the level 1 bear not quite as annoying, but once you get to level 2 bear, it does start to get quite frustrating, and we'll see what Lund does get done, but I imagine this is not going to be the most fun lane for him.
Definitely not. Like, even if the bear doesn't chase you down, Lone Druid does do pretty damn good damage. Now it's universal type, so the base hero can also just harass you. It's really hard for the Ember to just feel comfy here. I suppose the one thing that you can get as an Ember is maybe easier runes down the line. Like, that is something that feels more impactful on an Ember than it does on the Lone Druid. So you should always have some potential play by 6 minutes if your supports do commit. Still taking a look at the other lanes as well. Top, it's been a lot of trading here with Jubei and Leonidas, and it's an Undying lane with Batrider. These are basically just straight up 2 offlaners that melt you down. And we talked about playing with that Arcane Curse to slow down a Batrider. He just doesn't care. And you have Flame Break up. Look at Leonidas. I mean, just decay plus Flame Break damage. This guy just loses so much every time.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, I'm gonna go on Leonidas for a little bit. Nothing decay out. It's the thing, like, as you get the levels up here on TSM, this top lane, this lane is gonna get infinitely more challenging. We will have a look at the bot lane as well. Tomato obviously going to be on the Morphling here with Whitemon, who's already secured 2 kills for himself on the Elder Titan. Against Ducho on the offlane Mag and 9 on the Pos 4 Lion. But right now, things going pretty smoothly for both sides down to the bot lane. It's like Ducho's having a pretty damn good time as the Magnus. Could be a pretty passive lane as well. Like, unless Whitemon can somehow get in through the back with 1 billion damage, The chances are SKG should be able to pretty calmly farm down in this bot lane. Yeah, top lane. I don't think there's any escape here for Leonidas. He's going to drop. Ari even denies the tombstone away from Jubei. So no bonus gold for the silencer. And they have lost their position 1 Bloodseeker.
Yeah, I mean, that's, again, it's a rough lane to go into as the Bloodseeker. You don't really manage that all too well. You don't have easy solutions for the tombstone early on.
Jubei. Yeah, Jubei's just dead. Ari takes care of it. He might die to Leonidas, and Jubei takes the kill from the graveyard. A little bit unfortunate for Leonidas. I'm sure he would have enjoyed that gold to himself, but nevertheless, they do at least get a kill on the board.
Yeah, it's a kill. It's a little bit of a reset coming out there for Ari. I'm sure he doesn't mind too much, especially since, again, you kind of don't give the kill away to Leonidas. Just that little sidestepping coming out more than enough. So he comes back into lane. He's just going to spam his spells, and it feels awful for Bloodseeker not be able to see us, because you are relying on that, on trading HP. And if you can't do that, then I know, like, it's a rough time. You're just going to be sitting there, getting what you can, waiting for your levels to come out. Your silencer can try to be aggressive, but it just doesn't feel like a threat when you get your combo off here.
Oh, there's Leonidas being chased down again. He might actually just go down. Ari just continues the chase. He won't go past the tier 1 tower, but Leonidas is just copping it. Now, this is a pretty devastating offlane duo to have, it seems. Mid lane. Chase on onto Lund. No lucky entangles coming out here for Bryle, but he is going to be able to successfully secure both the water runes here. So we do have a bit of a webcam issue now, it seems, with Lund. Lund, turn the camera back on so we want to see your lovely face.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how happy his face would be on those cams, going 15-3 on Ember, but this is to be expected, to be fair. Like, that is an expected result for the Ember versus low-and-read matchup, so just a little bit of a rough time.
Poor guy just wants to turn his camera off. Like, he's playing Emberverse Lone Draw. Leave him alone. Let him turn the camera off. This is such a sad lane to have to play. There's nothing you can do to win it.
Yeah, it's not a fun time for the Ember for sure. And your support rotations it's not the worst, it's not the best. Like, Lion down the line could maybe help you do something, but Nine's not had the best lane either with Ducho. Ducho is managing to find farm, but your Lion's not really zoning anyone out, not finding too much punishment. Elder Titan's pretty hard to trade hits with, and Tomato's far back enough that you can't really do much on Lion. And that's one thing where Lion just doesn't feel nice. When you can't kind of play with a kill lane, again, this hero just has a bit of a slower time if it doesn't find these pickoffs. Like, getting level 6 timing is such a big deal online as well. So we need to see Sand King Gómez kind of secure that 7-minute wisdom rune, if possible. Start to bring in some smokes as you approach level 6. Play with a finger every single damn time, and finger is still an atrociously long cooldown at level 1. So yeah, all of those things need to line up when you pick this Lion up, because it's really sensitive to that tempo. Like, the moment you don't run in and manage to use your finger properly, you don't find a kill with a finger, it starts to feel really bad.
It does. I'm not sure how long it does take to connect a webcam, but apparently it takes quite a bit of time here, as Lund is not having the best time with it. Perhaps it just kind of broke or something like that. 1k advantages here for TSM. Obviously, we're only 4.5 minutes in just about, so not too much to really talk about yet.
Yeah.
I think the safe lane is probably the most detrimental thing right now for SKG. Like, Leonidas is finding quite little farm, and as the levels are coming up on TSM, it's only getting worse and worse. Like, he's sitting at level 3, but so is Ari. Kasane is about to hit level 4, so he might go straight for the level 2 Tombstone, or he might even try for the Soul Rip. But I think just maxing out Tombstone's probably the way to go. And, or Leonidas, like, at this stage, he just has to wait for the creep wave to come back towards the tower He tries to approach Kasane, but every time he does, he just takes so much damage. And luckily for him, Ari was not nearby. Because had Ari thrown a Flame Break or gone for the Firefly after the Bloodseeker, that probably would have just been another death for Leonidas.
Yeah. Might still be. I mean, Tombstone's still ready if Kasane kind of wants to chase around, and it looks like he is trying to find an angle.
Blood Rite is committed. Ari is going for a chase onto Jabay first, so Tombstone has been committed. Jabay trying to focus it down, will not be able to do so. TP rotation from our line immediately cancelled off as there was no point. Meanwhile, mid lane, Lund is in huge trouble. This is where you'd like that line TP to come in, but he won't be able to naturally, so Lund does go down. Speaking of, Ducho in trouble, is going to be able to skewer away. But things are looking pretty darn bad right now for SKG. There's no real way to sugarcoat this.
Yeah, it's a rough start from the lanes, and again, that's something we expected coming out with this kind of draft. Like, it's a little bit harder to get that running start here. Your launching point does feel like it has to be Lund on the Ember. That's probably the one player that's not really shut down too much. Ducho is still having decent enough time farming as well, but for the Magnus, this kind of game, your timing on Harpoon is going to be a little bit slower, which does impact your aggression here as well. So it has to be the Ember kind of playing with the supports early on. Even without Finger Global Silence, you might be able to find something. It's just that, well, your lane's also been kind of crushed by Bryle.
They do get the entangle off on Lund. Stun is going to miss from Whitemon. The chase is on though. Lund, he's still level 5. He's got no way out of this, I don't think. Hold on a minute. The rotations. Bryle's the one to dive too deep. He gets caught by 9 while trying to go into the True Spirit form. He does go down. When I say True Spirit form, I do mean true form. Lund, he's going to be very happy about that. Not only surviving, but seeing the Spirit Break, the Lone Druid go down. Very, very good news. Is Leonidas? Oh, he's not having the best time here, John. Leonidas is dead. Ari will take him out. But, you know, at least you got the Lone Druid. That's good news.
It's a bit of a mistake. You can see that tip out into Ari. I believe the Flame Break didn't pull him back, so you got a juke angle there, and they committed pretty hard in Bryle. Good punishment from SKG to find that. Not enough yet to even out the game for themselves, I'm pretty sure. But you can see where their openings lie. So when TSM maybe goes a little bit too ham, which is never the best situation that you're relying on your enemy to make mistakes. Kasane is diving pretty deep.
Yeah, he is. But he can keep going. He does have a Lotus and some stick charges, so he does have another decay available. Stun is out. Hex is out. Last word committed. Kasane does pop the decay, having 16 stolen strength now, but Leonidas still going to have his way with it. This is, I suppose, what you're going to be a little bit wary of as TSM is not feeding these huge kills away, is apparently Whitemon just solo picks off Ducho as the older Titan. So a pos 3 for a pos 3 trade at the end of the day. Not sure exactly how Whitemon does it on his own, but he does catch it.
And they get some punishment. It takes a lot of heroes to rotate up top to help you up against the Undying lane, which honestly you don't mind too much on TSM. Like, this is an Undying. It doesn't need too much farm. It is the Vanguard build-up for Kasane as well, and Leonidas.
Uh-oh. In trouble again. Ari at least going to be slowed up, and Leonidas looks to be fast enough to run away. Jabay trying to do the exact same, but he is nowhere near as fast. He's fast enough though. Jabay gets underneath the tier 1 tower and immediately TPs back to the fountain. Thing is, you look at the net worth graph and it's still 3 cores from TSM at the top. Like, even the mid tier 1 tower right now is just being pushed in here solo by the Lone Druid. Brawl can just do this on his own, and now with the Mask of Madness up on Brawl's Spirit Bear, it just becomes that much more challenging to try to deal with this bear. It is not going to be very fun if you get caught by Entangle.
Yeah, you just tend to melt at this point. Even pre-Desolator. Tower just melts. You haven't had a way of stopping Brawl outside of that dive. 8-3 start, 5k up for TSM. And for TSM, I mean, SKG, they've got to play a little bit slower.
This would be a big pick off. They can find Kasane again. Rupture and Bloodright both being dropped. Kasane should drop here. Still trying to fight though. Has a decay. Can pop it. Will do so. They finally take him out, but they're forced to get their Ember out of there. So Leonidas is going to be left alone, but he's also fine. Nice retreat from SKG. Able to find both the Ember and the Bloodseeker. An exit route out of that team fight. And now they might even run into Bryle. Bryle getting very greedy with his farming position. But he is going to get into the true form and he should be just fine to walk away.
Yeah, it's a little bit hard to threaten if you don't manage to hold down this lone droid before he gets that additional HP up. Side of TSM starting to invade a little bit. They know Leonidas is low, but chasing the Bloodseeker is a bit difficult at this point. And despite those losses, you still maintain that 5k lead. It is important kills to find for SKG. Again, this is pretty heavy commitment to find these. Their stacks are being invaded now as well. They don't really want to...
He's going to show himself with the Earth Spike. Remnants forward here from Lund. Wanting Ari's life. Last word committed with the curse as well. Lund's still going. Lund should have the kill, but now Whitemon's after him. He'll Remnant away. 9 in the meantime does also drop here on the line. So Lund does find a very nice rune. In fact, no, he didn't. Oh, nice stomp, Whitemon. And I thought the Ember had a haste rune with how fast he was moving there for a moment, but he's just phase booting his way out of this one. Problem is he has nowhere to Remnant back to because everyone's waiting around that Remnant.
Bryle?
Well, no, never mind. Bryle's the only one. Bryle goes down while the rest of TSM, I thought they were waiting around the Remnant, but well, Lund at least does drop as well. The TSM leaving their mid behind, killing off the other mid instead. I mean, priorities are priorities.
Yeah, it's a little bit painful to lose Bryle. I think that is a much bigger kill than any of the other cores that have died. So you have to watch yourself here on the side of TSM. It looks like, it's not the cleanest coming out from them up against SKG. SKG's finding openings, but it's really down to TSM kind of just like AFKing on the map, not respecting this group up from the enemy team. And if they do that a couple more times, like this game is not in the bag for TSM. So they need to tidy it up. SKG, if they get a little bit more room out, you get this build up on Ducha, get the space out to clear out some of these camps, go for your Echo Saber, have your Bloodseeker hit his BKB timing. With the Maelstrom, it gets a little bit awkward coming out here. Camera issues again.
Yes, there is. All right. Quick go when ready. Bryle will unpause immediately. Very annoying for the Ember, just unable to find a power rune as Bryle's doing a very good job of just always checking with the Spirit Bearer, and of course this time around Whitemon does pick up the shield rune that was on the other side. It's TSM now just gonna take some stacks together as a team. It's a bit of a fight as to who gets them. Even Whitemon trying to steal some away here from Kasane. 5k advantage the way of TSM. So even with these last couple successful pickoffs by SKG, it is still costing them a lot of net worth. And it's mostly because they don't really have the time to just sit there and farm. TSM proving to be very active this game already. SKG, they're going to go for a double smoke here, so 9 and Lund are going to go together. The only target nearby is really Tomato, which would be an amazing target if they could catch him. They are rushing right towards the mid lane, seeing if they can try and secure the Morphling's life, but Tomato is going to run into the Radiant Triangle. And he seems to be pretty well aware that something is a little bit awry here. So realizing they are missing, does back his way out and just spins in a circle. Sometimes you just got to spin.
Yeah. I'm sure everyone's had those moments where you just want to play a Jug or Axe. Just kind of want to spin to win. This is a lot of room out for TSM to just shove in top. Again, with the lone Druid Bear, it doesn't take too long to melt through some of these objectives when off alone. And Santi and Gómez are still hanging around here.
Yeah, they're going to find Ari on the Bat Rider. Flame Break committed. He does have the drums if he wants to pop it and try to run, but looks like he'll just hold on to it.
I mean, that's a Bat Rider for a tier 2 top. You take that any day.
Yeah.
In the group up from Sand King Gómez, it's not leading into enough. The game sense from TSM has been pretty on point. even the mid is a little bit slower to take here.
There we go. Mid lane, Lund going to be targeted. Oh, they got the entangle out. That'll mean the Earth Splitter does land. Lund, he's waiting so long to run it away. He's gone. Did I miss something? Was he silenced, or did something happen for him to not just remnant? 9? He'll end up going down. Meanwhile, Ari, he's fighting Leonidas because he was ruptured up. Nice little fear away from the Lone Druid as Leonidas is trying to run. The chase is still on from Brawl's Spirit Bear. Leonidas, no entangles? No, there's one. Whitemon will secure the kill. Meanwhile, Tomato pretty deep in the dire triangle, but he can strength morph and probably just waveform out of this. The chase is still ongoing though. Tomato, he's a pretty tanky boy, but the RP is going to be committed as his team is trying to run towards him. But now, with the finger out from 9, he is going to drop. TSM losing their carry now. Not the greatest of news for them.
It's certainly not a big kill to find for Sand King Gómez. Takes a lot of commitment, RP plus finger, but you really needed a kill. So you're more than happy to trade that off. With regards to Lund, I believe he didn't instantly remnant, and when he did, he was slowing down. So the remnant really didn't do much for him. He had one in the back, but also just led him. He was too close to Tomato. So the caution kind of costing them a little bit on Sand King Gómez, but his punishment onto Tomato is pretty damn big. He is kind of closer to Leonidas than you'd expect this Morphling to be, considering the start in the side of SKG. Eventually, they find the mid. They get this Echo Saber up and running on Ducho, so it's going to be the Blink next before the Harpoon. Ari.
I'm in a bit of trouble, but his team is taking Roshan while all this is happening. And Ari is still going to be able to just get away with the Firefly drums. I mean, he's really just making sure they do not even think about checking the Roshan pit right now, which is still being taken by TSM. Brawl will eventually go ahead and pick that one up himself on the Lone Druid as they do head towards the bottom lane. Ducho's going to be the big target. Entangle, not quite there from Brawl yet. But eventually he should land it as they even commit the lasso. Not messing around, they really just want the mag kill. That'll be Brawl securing that kill immediately on the Lone Druid. With the Desolator up now, I mean, he was already taking towers quite quickly here in the Lone Druid, but now it's going to be a pretty fast process for the, even faster, I should say, for the Lone Druid.
Yeah, just doesn't end. Yeah, again, you haven't had the best of solutions to the Lone Druid for the most part. And whenever Brawl's just allowed to rip into an objective, like, you will. Like, yeah, you don't have the counterplay here on Sand King Gómez until perhaps that Blink comes out. They are threatening Tomato a little bit.
Well, it's a nice pick-off they can secure. They do now have finger up, so maybe 9 could snipe Tomato. He just has the vision! Oh! Whew. That was close. That was a very, very close call. And how did he even react to that?
I'm pretty sure you can see that first is active in yourself. Like, you see the debuff. So he's like, all right, they probably see me. I'll juggle around. I have a few charges in my wand. I'll just instantly turn back to strength. So that is finger down. It's level 1 finger. It's a long cooldown. Good heads-up play from Tomato. He's a Morphling player. He knows how to bait out big spells like that.
That was very nice. So, I mean, within that split second, I could have sworn I saw the morph at like 200 HP because of the Agimorph, but I mean, he shifted quickly. The TSM still in the lead by 5k here, 15-9 against SKG. It's kind of the thing with the Spirit Bear, like, it's one of the things against the Lone Druid, you've always got to try and find a way of dealing with these bears that come out. Pretty damn tough. The bear's got over 3k HP. Ducho being stared at here by Kasane in the bottom lane. Whitemon's going to show up as well, but won't be able to do too much.
Tomato.
They have the global silence. Tomato, he may not get a chance. Nine's in there with the Hex. The Strength Morph was not out in time, though. Tomato, he still gets it off. Where was the global silence? Rupture committed now, but Waimon, in fact, he had the mantra anyway. It wouldn't have mattered. That's why Jubei was waiting. Tomato, still alive. Lasso out from Ari. Leonidas, he is going to drop. Nine, in the meantime, also going to go down. Lund, we're going to try to run. Won't quite be able to make it, it seems, as he's going to try to remnant. It's not going to be enough. Not even the creeps can deny him off. And initially, I was wondering why they didn't just pop the ulti, but yeah, he had Manta. He was waiting for it. No point.
Yeah, it's a fresh Manta as well. Like, they saw it in the courier on that smoke. Right. A little bit surprised they didn't manage to go all in there, but that was their double blink reveal coming out in Sand King Gómez. The side of TSM now should be ready for them looking for that play. And this does enable some pretty decent high ground from Sand King Gómez at the very least. You've always got the threat of RP in the defense plays, but TSM is in a very comfy spot now. 9k up, they know Global Silence is down for a little bit longer. They have Aegis for a minute more. They can just, find the high ground if they wanted to. Just pressure with a bear, force out more fortifies, and just look for some pickoffs, I suppose, if they wanted.
They can. SKG trying to rush forward here for a fight. Ducho, he does have the blink to try to initiate, but just not having the vision kind of makes it hard. TSM looks like they'll just hold the high ground in the dire triangle for now. Meanwhile, SKG, they're going to find a nice little arcane rune here for Lund. But it doesn't really feel like they can go for the big fight yet. Like, now they're 10k behind with an Aegis still standing on Bryle, who is going to start on the Tormentor now. Free shots to come out here for TSM. Maybe if you're SKG, you'll have time to take the Radiant Tormentor, but it doesn't seem like they're going to be able to get there in time. It's like the tier 2 tower is going down. They're already 1 racks down thanks to Bryle. And I mean, to be quite frank, it feels like TSM can just go high ground again if they really want to. And Bryle might make the call to do so. Even with the Aegis gone, like, you just need the bear. It has a Hyperstone, it has a Mask of Madness with a Deso. It's going to take towers very quickly. Even the Orb of Destruction is available there for the Spirit Bear. But Lund is going to force them back. Chains out. It's going to catch Kasane. Skewer is out from Ducho, but he's got the Undying. It's a bit of a tankier target. They're thinking about the RP. It is committed in the end. Kasane, though, he's just tanking through it as Lund is already down. Jubei getting caught. Leonidas getting caught. He's trying to man-fight through it, but it's not enough. He is down as Kasane, of all people, is still alive. They even commit the finger. With the pipe up, he just took no damage.
Yeah, this is dire for SKG. They commit a lot on the
very funny
Undying.
jump.
Yeah, I mean, it is dire. I can't really, I don't know what else to say without trashing them right now. You know, I'm still in C mode, Mike. I've got a lot of words if we want to go that spicy, but it's pretty rough for Sand King Gómez. This draft just doesn't do much. It can do a lot, but it really came down to lanes, and it just felt like they got outplayed pretty rough. 2 racks down, they get the Fortify out. Oh, they got a skewer back at least.
It's a nice skewer. They got Kasane and Ari together. It's a 2-for-1 special here for SKG. Kasane this time around should go down and will. Smoke out immediately. They want to keep punishing. TSM, though, looking to retreat. Tomato, the closest target they have to them right now, which is the amazing target if they can find him. Problem is TSM are just waiting on the high ground casually as Nine's going to jump in for an Earth Spike, catching out Tomato, who does not strength morph yet, but gets a waveform away. Nine is already gone. A big stop out from Waimon. He caught all 4 targets, but he had no Earth Splitter to throw out, so he could not follow up on that huge stun. Still TSM are going. Lund is barely going to go down before finding any kind of kill. And now it seems like it's time to maybe go high ground again.
And there's not much stopping them. And some pretty good skewer back coming out from Ducho, catching out to lower HP targets from that prolonged fight. and they do make stuff happen, but yeah, high ground's just gonna get ripped apart. This is still a low injury, this is still a morphling. And that's Mega Creeps at 24 minutes in.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
There goes Tucho. Leonidas. He's trying to hit the creeps, but he's losing against them right now. John, he's just not doing the damage. As the GG is called, Lunda's seen enough. Leonidas down again. So is Jabate. What can you do? It's still TSM that take out game number 1 here against SKG. I mean, props for SKG.